Hello everyone, nice to see you again on my channel. To keep orchids growing green, healthy and producing many plump, sturdy flower branches, keep the plant in a cool place with gentle sunlight, and provide adequate nutrition for the plant in all stages of growth and development. Today, I will guide you on how to make organic fertilizer from very familiar ingredients in the kitchen. Help the plant grow healthy, with plump roots, green leaves and produce many flower branches. If you have old, dry bread or breadcrumbs that are no longer usable, don't rush to throw them in the trash. Instead, use them as fertilizer for orchids, both economical and environmentally friendly. First, I break the bread into small pieces, the more crumbly the better, so that it decomposes easily and releases nutrients. Then, put all the broken bread into a clean glass jar. Next is sugar. I add 1 spoon of glucose. This is the energy source that helps the fermentation process to be strong and stable. If you don't have sugar, you can replace it with honey or a little glucose. Add about 0.5 liters of warm water. Note that the water is warm, not too hot, so as not to kill the beneficial microorganisms during the fermentation process. Use a spoon to stir the mixture well so that everything blends together. Then, cover the lid and let the mixture rest for 5 hours in a cool place, away from direct sunlight. While waiting for the bread solution to ferment, we will prepare an equally important ingredient: garlic water. I use 2 cloves of garlic like this. Put them in a blender and puree them. Garlic is not only a natural antibacterial ingredient, but also contains many nutrients that help increase the resistance of plants. After pureeing the garlic, I poured 0.5 liters of warm water into the blender. Use a spoon to stir the solution so that the nutrients dissolve in the water. Then filter the garlic solution. Dilute the resulting garlic solution with 0.5 liters of clean water to get 1 liter of solution, and use it to wipe the orchid leaves. I use a soft cloth to wipe the orchid leaves so as not to crush or cause physical damage to the leaves. As you can see, when leaving the orchid outdoors for a while, there will be a lot of dirt on the leaves. Cleaning the orchid leaves is a very necessary task for the orchid to grow and develop best. Wiping leaves not only helps remove dirt, mold, insects, but also provides a certain amount of nutrients for plants to absorb directly through the leaves. Wiping leaves periodically helps orchid leaves stay green, shiny, and importantly, helps the plant absorb light more effectively. When wiping leaves with garlic solution, you are helping the plant prevent common diseases such as leaf spots, rot, or white mold, which are diseases that can spread quickly and cause serious damage to orchid pots. Wiping leaves regularly with the solution helps create a natural protective film layer, limiting the access of pests. This is a safe way to prevent disease without the need for chemicals. Wiping leaves is also a way to help you check the health of the plant directly and regularly. During the wiping process, you will easily detect unusual signs such as spots, rot, pests, or signs of nutrient deficiency, thereby having timely treatment. Maintaining the wiping of leaves at least once a month will help the plant to be clean. The leaves will be greener and much healthier. After the bread mixture has fermented for 5 hours, I take the solution and stir it again. Then filter the solution, discarding the bread residue. At this point, you will have a solution containing a lot of beneficial bacteria, enzymes, minerals, and organic acids from the fermentation process. Next, I mix this bread solution with the filtered garlic solution above. The resulting mixture is a natural liquid fertilizer, which both helps increase resistance and provides abundant nutrients for orchids. Continue to dilute this mixture with 5 liters of clean water at room temperature, and then use it to fertilize each orchid. Method 1. Watering the orchid roots. When watering orchids with this fertilizer solution, it will help strengthen the beneficial microorganisms for the roots, thereby stimulating the development of roots, buds, and flowers. This fertilizer solution also helps increase the plant's resistance to pests and diseases. The fermentation process will create enzymes, organic acids, and some beneficial bacteria such as lactobacillus. This is the key to enhancing the resistance of orchids and improving the growing environment around the roots. This fertilizer solution contains easily digestible amino acids and minerals for orchids. Helps stimulate the growth of young roots, thanks to the natural growth hormones formed during the fermentation process. It creates a slightly acidic pH environment, favorable for orchids to absorb nutrients. Promotes the plant to sprout and grow many plump, healthy flower branches. At the same time, it helps orchids retain their color longer and stay fresher. Method to mist the leaves, stems and roots of the orchid. Pour this fertilizer solution into a spray bottle and mist each orchid. This fertilizer has a very high natural potassium and magnesium content, which will help the photosynthesis and metabolism of the plant to take place more strongly, thereby helping the plant to develop comprehensively, bloom continuously, and have a more durable color. Instead of having to spend money on buying biological fertilizers, fungicides, root stimulants, this mixture can be considered a versatile, economical, and extremely easy to make solution at home. In addition, because the ingredients are all food, do not contain toxic chemicals, so does not affect the health of orchid growers, especially when used in closed spaces. Does not cause root callus or drug resistance like industrial chemicals. However, it is also necessary to note the correct dilution ratio. Do not water too much or too often. Avoid watering the roots. Hopefully, with the natural fertilizer formula from bread, sugar and garlic that I just shared, you will have another simple and effective solution for caring for orchids at home. Thank you for always following and supporting my channel. Hello everyone, nice to see you again on my channel. I wish you all success in caring for your orchid garden. See you in the next videos.